Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And it's Friday, and from now on I think I'm just going to call my Friday video Friday My Day. So when you see that, you'll know that it's my personal haul or just paper cuts or something that I'm making from my own stuff. Right, first of all, I forgot to show you the Panelisa embossing folder yesterday, and it's this one. And I actually chose this one because I wanted to get the feel of corrugated cardstock without having to spend $20 on a corrugating machine. And it does give you a corrugated feel. Now the paper clips I'm showing you, they're no longer available, so you know, really I shouldn't be showing you, but that's what I used it for, because a couple of layers of craft cardstock there that I got from Amazon, and it just made really lovely thick paper clips. So that is the embossing folder. Now you can do all sorts of things with it. If you just do, I'm just scooting these out of the way. If you do a whole sheet of that, you can roll it around a candle or anything like that, make it really rustic with some pretty baker's twine, or you can, you know, crop it down, roll it. You can make tiny little buckets and things, drip it with paint, metallics, make it look like rusty metal, or you can do, you know, your barn roofs and stuff like that. But it is a 5 3/4 by 4. That's where you kind of like get the design fitted in there. So 5 3/4 by 4, and that is the embossing folder. I forgot to show you, but I should have showed you yesterday. But I will be using it on Monday when I come up with Panelisa. Right, so I have corrected my error there. Right, so getting into my stuff, and I've used just 2 things because I wanted to just have a quick, easy Friday because I've got a load of stuff to do in the garden, and I've used that one. It is absolutely gorgeous. Yes, it is. I believe it's absolutely gorgeous. There are different styles of this, and there's one in particular that I haven't got yet, and it's in my basket, and I am going to get it. And it's a file folder or a file hanger, or it's a book spine if you want to use book rings to create your books. And it looks like it's a huge branch of olive leaves coming off it, and I just need to get that one. I've got the ticket one, haven't shown the ticket one yet, but this one is the film strip one, and that's what it looks like. And then you just crease it down and then sandwich your page or your book cover in between, and then you just glue it. So it's absolutely glorious, and you also get a little page edge strip. So I decided to do a 9 3/4 using the full length by 4 3/4. Excuse me a minute, that's my husband again. Right, well, thankfully he didn't forget his lunch this time. But anyway, getting back to this, I've completely forgotten my train of thought from where I was. But that is its little hangy doodah, and it's got its lovely page edge. I've used Vicky Boutin Colour Theory paper, and also the same on the reverse. So I do need to make another cover for it, and then I think this might just be a swatch book where I can just glue in loads of strips of paper, you know, from my markers or my watercolors or anything, and just stuff it all inside. But I don't know if I was saying you can get E600. I think it's E600 or E400 glue. And if you glue your bookmarks in, not your bookmarks, your book rings into a picture frame, you can create yourself a great big kind of like flip calendar book or something like that, or anything with photos, because of course it is a film strip edge. But I just absolutely love it. And I just use craft cardstock and a little bit of walnut distress ink on that. So I just really love it. But what a beautiful size it is. Wonderful size. 9 3/4 inches. So it will fit a 10-inch folder with a tiny little bit of overhang. So that's my first one that I got a chance to cut out. And it cuts out all the little bits. I mean, that's the important thing, isn't it? That you see that all of those, I'm going to get close up, because it's important to get close. Ooh, 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 that's nice. So you can see every single piece just cuts out really nicely. There's nothing that gets stuck in there. Even its little frayed comb edge, it just all cuts out really nicely. And as I say, just find your center and then pop your page in between and just glue it down. Right, so next up is this one. And it's a box, and I haven't got a clue how it goes together. So I've cut one out and we're going to glue it. And I'm just going to glue it how I think it goes. And then we'll be able to measure it. But you get two little pieces like that. Cut in craft cardstock again, because that's usually the colour of a cardboard box. And you get two little flaps, and I bent them. And I folded them up, I think, in the direction they're supposed to go. But those are your little bits. So I'm just going to go in. Now, I think that these get glued here first. They get glued to the inside of there. So let's go with that. And I may need to vanish for a little while I just hold it while it sets. So I'm going with a little bit of glue along there, as you can see. And then picking up the right one, I hope. I believe that goes to there. And this one will go on here. So I do need to run off and hold that, and I'll be back in a second. Right, so that bit looks dry, I hope. And it's got a little fold on the front of it, but that's what it looks like on the back. Oh, isn't that cute? Now, these have got score lines on, so I'm assuming that they fold, and they do fold very easily. So I don't know whether they go on the inside of this layer or if they wrap around it. I'm about to find out. No, I don't believe they do. Or do they? Whoops. No, they go there. Yeah, that's what's going to give it even more dimension. So if you've got this and you don't know how to do it, and I just about know how to do it, then we're going to put some glue along here. I'm just going to go in the center because it's going to squidge out. And then we're going to stick it down on our other bit. Always remember to cap off your glue, because it can form a little hard bead on the top really quickly if you don't put your cap on. So we want our nice side facing in, and that's going to go on there. So if I flip that over and get it straight, you can see how I've done that. That's how it should look with your little flaps on the inside. Right, I'm going to hold these down and come back when they're dry. Right, I think that's sufficiently dry to mess around with. And isn't that great? It looks really dimensional. I love that. You could put numbers on that or anything and have all your balloons or whatever coming out of there. And I've got one of my little fairy pages here, which may or may not be appropriate, but I can have it coming out of a cardboard box. I really love that. I think that's so cute. You could absolutely make an advent calendar with that. Yeah, you could. Or just for Christmas, you know, stamp a 2 and a 5. Just put 2 on a little card and have a little snowman, or, you know, a Santa. Maybe just his feet hanging out the top of the box. Oh, yeah, I love that. That's really cute. So that's my little cardboard box that I got to cut out. And I do love my fairy. I like to show my fairy whenever possible. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. And as I said, I am going to be up with Panalisa on Monday for quite a few days, and got a few of the Halloweeny dies already out on my table. So I do have an awesome weekend. Thanks so much for watching. And apparently, according to all of the videos I watch, it's please hit the thumbs up and the like button. Apparently that helps YouTube find you. Yeah. So hit the like button and have an awesome weekend. As usual, all links below. Bye.